All right, folks, this is part two of the shower repair. As I mentioned in the previous video, I had some water infiltration from the backside and it rotted out my corner bead. So I had this rust line and all the sheetrock was deteriorating and falling on the ground and creating crumbs every day. So it was time to do some surgery. I like being a surgeon, I always wanted to be one. So basically I dissected this wall and this is it being partly put back together, as you can see. I showed you the other corner, but I'll show you what I did. I used that Loctite glue, that one, and I just glued the tiles back in, and I had to use toothpicks to set it up, set the toothpicks in here and get the spacing right. And it does want to try to flow on you and screw around, but actually it came out, in my mind, perfect. And you can see the glues in here. What I'm going to do is create a space in here, and then I'll grout that with proper grout and go from the rock here. And I'll show you, this is the waterproof fiberboard all glued in. It's all Frankenstein and ugly right now, but it doesn't matter because obviously you're going to mud right over all this. And the beauty of mud is it hides everything. So it's strong. I can put the new shower door in, and I'm going to be grouting this with the proper grout. Now I just want to show you the before and after. So here we go. Remember that ugly corner I showed you before? Look at that. She's give you the overall view. She's almost perfect, and that's just the first swipe of mud. So what I did obviously is I did decide to grout. Now here's the grout I bought. It was kind of the wrong grout. I didn't want to buy the big bag, but this was the closest thing to it. And then I realized when I got home that this is sanded. Even though there's nothing on this label that tells you what it is, I think they're trying to get it to cover both bases. So it's nothing says sanded. So I didn't want sanded grout because I'm doing fine, grout lines and they're unsanded. So I did decide to try it right here because it didn't really matter. I'm going to wind up painting over it anyway, but I blue taped it off so that you could still see it. So that is the sanded grout in there. And actually that grout works really good. So if you have a sanded grout need, that little tub worked great. This stuff dried quick and it's hard as a rock and it looks good. So you're not going to notice the difference out here on mine. Plus mine will probably get painted over, but I taped it off to keep it clean with the blue tape like I did down there. And then there's my plastic corner bead I was talking about earlier. I popped that in to make that corner right. It's rough right now. I haven't sanded it yet. It's still drying, as you can see that wet haze in there. So it came out really nice. So it's really clean looking. You can see from an angle. I have yet to do the grouting and stuff on the tile. So just wanted to show you part two. It's quite simple, the surgery. I got some drying going on probably because I went too much depth, or some cracking, too much depth on this stuff. I used this stuff, it's the only thing they had at the home center at the time. I think it was Lowe's or Home Depot. I keep forgetting which one I go to. Got receipts from both of them everywhere, but I didn't want this light, but I got it, and this is what I'm stuck with. But obviously that should dry out in my skim coat. I'll sand and skim coat and it'll clean it right up. So I just wanted to show you the products I was using, and it is quite simple. I just had to, like I said, use those toothpicks to hold her in place, and overnight she was, within 4 or 5 hours, she was pretty much solid, and the next day solid as a rock. So good luck, and hope that helps.